What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all ready because today it's time for some giggity Gengar gaming. That's right, today we're going to be talking about a Mega Gengar team that I've been using quite a lot recently. I was able to win my first Pokemon Champions in-person local event, undefeated with this team, and I also just finished top 8 in a 250-person online tournament with this team as well. So, this video is going to be a little bit different than normal because instead of playing some ladder games with you all, I'm going to be cutting up my tournament run from the Spear Pillar tournament, which I did on stream, and that'll be your example games of how this team functions. This team is a little bit better in an open team sheet best of 3, but it's still very, very good in the in-game ladder as well, even though you're playing a closed team sheet format. So I highly recommend trying this out. If you guys like Parish and Parish-adjacent teams, this is going to be a fun one for you. So let's just get into it and let's talk about the team. And here is the 6. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty, there are a couple of shout-outs I wanted to give out. First of all, big shout-out to Santino. I did base a lot of this team around Santino's top 8 team from the Grand Champions Festival. And then also a shout-out to DDE. I saw DDE tweeting a lot about Palafin, and I decided to try it on this 6, which was similar to what DDE was doing in the first place. I also DM'd DDE, and we talked a little bit about how to bring Palafin, how to play it with Gengar, how he was playing Gengar, a lot of different questions relating to the archetype as a whole, and it definitely helped me get my foot in the door on how I wanted to approach certain matchups and use certain pieces. So, let's talk about the actual sets. Starting up, we've got Gengar with a Sludge Bomb, Shadow Ball, Parasong Protect set. This is a little bit more aggressive than some of the Gengar teams we see. Some of the Parish teams, we do see Sludge Bomb dropped for Disable, but I really like the option to play a little bit more flexibly with my aggression, not just being limited to Ghost Stab. There are a lot of Pokemon that just don't get hit very well by Shadow Ball, and having the ability to hit them with Sludge Bomb, I think, is really beneficial for the way I like to play this team. Incineroar is running a relatively standard set, standard for Parish. Flare Blitz, Fake Out, Parting Shot, Protect. On non-Parish teams, Incineroar doesn't really carry Protect, but on a Parish team, it's very important when you're trying to stall out those turns. It's a really good positioning tool and also a really good stalling tool on this Pokemon, so we dropped that second stab move for Incineroar to have access for Protect, but overall, it plays very similarly to the Incineroars that you know and love. We do have a Kingambit here. Kingambit's role is mostly to check Bascu Legions, and also other ghost types. It's really good to bring into some of these ghost-heavy teams. There are a lot of teams with 2, even 3 ghost types running around now, which can be kind of annoying for Gengar because ghost types can switch out of Shadow Tag. So having a Pokemon that just hits those ghost types really, really hard, Pokemon like Sinistcha, Frostlass, Bascu Legion, Kingambit is a really, really good tool to have into those kinds of pieces. I also really like being able to play towards an endgame where I'm just spamming priority options with Kingambit and Palafin. So having Kingambit with access to a really, really strong priority move in Sucker Punch is a really good way to round out that kind of approach as well. Speaking of Palafin, Palafin is in the bottom right here. It is over the Dragonite slot on Santino's team. I really like the Palafin. It's probably the Pokemon that comes the least, but in the matchups it comes to, it's crazy. This Pokemon has obscene stats that rival restricted Pokemon. Obviously, the downside is you have to lead it in its baby form and then find a way to switch it out and back in for it to have full power. But on a team like this, you're pivoting so much anyway that it actually doesn't feel all that hard to do. Even if you bring Palafin in the back, a lot of the time it's not too hard to bring it in on a Parting Shot and then bring Incin back in on a very passive turn. So Palafin gets access to those really crazy stats a lot easier on this team than on some of the other teams you might have played it with. It's holding the Mystic Water to boost its damage even more, and then of course has Wave Crash for that super powerful water damage, 120 base power, a little bit of recoil, super good move obviously. Jet Punch is the signature priority move that's basically just Aqua Jet, but even stronger. It's crazy off of Palafin's 160 attack stat. And then finally, we're running Flip Turn as our pivoting move. Some Palafins will choose to run Close Combat or another coverage move there, but I already have fighting coverage on both Sneasler and on Kingambit, and the additional pivoting on Flip Turn is really, really nice. So I really like having that option on the Palafin, and that's why we're running that move. Sneasler is a Sneasler. You will notice we're running a Focus Sash on the Sneasler and not a White Herb. White Herb is the most common item on Sneasler, and a lot of the Sneaslers are essentially indexing super hard on being unkillably bulky, and they're using Unburden and the White Herb to compensate for a lack of speed investment. What that means is that a lot of other Sneaslers are slow. So by running a Focus Sash, I can give my Sneasler extra survivability by obviously forcing Pokemon to double into it to get a KO, but since I don't need to invest in bulk, I can max out my speed, and I am basically always faster than opposing Sneasler. That means that I can reliably lead Sneasler to get a faster fake out, even if my opponent is also running a Sneasler. It's a really, really good tool to have on this team. Having the faster fake out is really, really important, especially when you're doing something like trying to set up a Perish Song, and then just having 2 fake outs makes pulling off the Perish Trap a lot more reliable and easy. Of course, Sneasler does have great coverage with the close combat to hit things like King Gambit that are pretty good into this team, Incineroar that are pretty good into this team, and Dire Claw, it's Dire Claw. And then finally, we have Ninetales. Ninetales is a really interesting piece on this team. It's not being run because it's a Ninetales. I'm running it because it is the best Encore Disable user. There are not that many Pokemon that get access to both Encore and Disable. A lot of the Gengar teams running around, you'll see Gengar will carry Disable, while another Pokemon will carry Encore. That makes it a little bit less flexible because you have to specifically have 2 Pokemon on board to pull off the Encore Disable lock. So having them both on one Pokemon, I think, makes that a little bit more reliable. And then, of course, you do still have the ability to check some really important threats in the meta like Garchomp and Dragonite, which the Ninetales is able to do pretty well with the Never Melt Ice and the Blizzard. On top of all of that, you also get a little bit of weather control. It doesn't matter that much. It's not the most pivotal weather control team, but you could do really fun stuff, like if you neutralize the sun, Palafin can one-shot Charizard with Jet Punch. Obviously, it's really going to need rain to stop them from using Electro Shot on their Archaludon, stuff like that. So, of course, it does have a lot of value, even if it's not as important as weather control on some other teams. Looking at the stats, just going really quickly through them, some key points. I really like to run Timid Gengar. I think there are a lot of Gengars running around right now that are bulkier. It makes your matchup spread better into everything that's not opposing Gengar, but it also makes the mirror borderline unwinnable, I feel like. So I really like having the max speed on the Gengar because I don't feel like I'm missing the bulk that often, and being able to just know I'm faster than every Frostlass, I'm faster than bulky Gengars, I'm speed tying Aerodactyls, stuff like that is really beneficial, in my opinion, on the Gengar, so I really like having max speed. Incineroar is a relaxed nature, lowering its speed. That's to allow it to pivot a little bit later. It makes it a lot more reliable to bring Gengar out and back in on important pivot turns. The way that we'll often try to play the Perish Trap is we'll click Perish Song, and then at one point we'll swap out the Gengar, click Parting Shot, and bring the Gengar back in. So at the beginning of the turn, Shadow Tag is active. At the end of the turn, Shadow Tag is active. But in the middle there, Gengar can't get hit. It's a really cool thing you can do with Gengar and Incineroar, and having a lower speed stat on the Incineroar just makes it a little bit more reliable, on top of the added bonus of it dying later in the Perish Song triggers. The way that works is essentially, if all of the Pokemon on board are perished, they will die in order of their speed. So if Incin is the slowest Pokemon on board and we both lose all of our remaining Pokemon, I will win because Incin died last. Looking at the King Gambit spread, you can probably mess around with a little bit, to be honest. It's very, very bulky. The EVs are just, it's designed to survive Adamant, Max Attack, Sneasler Close Combat because of the Choppleberry. Nobody's running that. You probably don't need this much defense. You could probably move some stuff around. Sometimes I do wish it was a little bit more offensive, so I might change that going forward, but that's what that's there for. Ninetales is just fast enough to outspeed Adamant Sneasler, and also things like Adamant Starmie, some other important things in the meta. But other than that, the rest of it goes right on into bulk, max HP, a little bit of extra in defense. You don't really need any special attack investment. The Never Melt Ice puts you over the line for one-hit KOing stuff like Garchomp, so you can afford to run all of that bulk, which is really, really important on this team. And of course, being that fast is also really important for an Encore Disable Pokemon. Sneasler is max. It's holding a Sash. It doesn't need anything else. We already talked about how important that fast fake out is. And then Palafin is also max with a full 32 HP, all of the rest in attack, and then a little bit in special defense. Palafin hits this really weird random speed tier where you can see right now it has 120 speed without any investment. Functionally, that means it outspeeds everything that I want it to outspeed. And even if I started investing stuff into it, I wouldn't be able to outspeed anything else that's important without removing too much from its bulk. So even though this is a fairly basic spread, I think it's pretty close to optimal on Palafin. So that's the team. For today, we are not going to be playing any live games. Instead, I'm going to be cutting up my VOD from my recent run in the Spear Pillar Tournament, a tournament with 250 players where I finished top 8. There were some really, really fun games. I hope you enjoy, and of course, I will chat to you a little bit at the end of it, but this is going to be a bit of a longer video, so if you guys do enjoy the video, make sure you drop a like, comment, tell me if you like this kind of style more or less than the YouTube-specific games. I'm trying a few different things here, so it'll be interesting to hear what you guys think, what method of video content you prefer. And of course, if you want to see me play in tournaments like this live, you can go and come to my Twitch. I'm streaming several times a week right now. I like to play in some of these tournaments and share the games with all of you. So I hope to see you over there. For now, enjoy my run through the Spear Pillar Tournament. Oopsie whoopsie, I forgot to put the replica code live. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. There's the replica code. Please feel free to try this, and I hope you enjoy it. I think this team is super, super fun. I'll leave the replica up for probably a week or two, and let me know in the comments if you enjoy it. I am facing Squarepantsu. Garchomp, Scissor, Primarina, Sinistcha, Manectric. This is kind of cool. This is a bit of a weird one, but I'm gonna try something. It's a little awkward. Manectric doesn't have any speed control, which is good for me because they don't have like Electro Web or anything. I'm actually not sure if Manectric gets Electro Web. I feel like they don't want to bring Prim into this. Okay, never mind. In retrospect, I probably should have just faked out the Manectric. It's like, I don't really care about neutral Hyper Voice. The idea here was that they would Volt Switch before I clicked Perish, and I would be able to Perish the incoming Mon, but I don't think that's functionally how this is going to work out. Yeah. They didn't go with a hard punish, though, which would have been Overheat. Okay. The line here is a little bit muddy. But Incin should be able to live a double up. Okay, they are going to go for the... Okay! Fair enough. Now I don't know if I do live the double up. That was a good play. I thought that they would, like, rip damage instead of setting up because of the Perish. I don't have a great switch-in to Overheat here, which is a little weird. Ninetales is very bad if they have Scissor, but they probably don't because they brought Mega Manectric. Ninetales is pretty important against Garchomp and Cinny. Sneasler's kind of important against the Incin, though. Alright, let's just go with this. Yeah, I think Sneasler does die to the double up. If not, we're cooking. If yes, very sad. Incin will live easily. It's not Mystic Water Prim, so it's not impossible that we live this. Sweet. They crit the Incin. GG. They didn't crit the Incin? What? What? That means that they're very, very, very frail. They're just dead to a Dire Claw. I know that for sure going into game 2. The Manectric's Volt Switch did very little to my Sneasler, so I'm thinking that the Manectric is not super invested. And I might be able to live an Overheat on Gengar. I don't think that really does anything for me, though, because like, they're just going to Overheat the Ninetales anyway. I just need to dodge Overheat. It's really simple. Oh my god, I just live. What? Wow, they have actually no investment. Manectric is so bad, dude. What was that? That's crazy, dog. Alright, I guess we win. What cooks us here? I guess scissor, but it's not gonna be. Yeah, I just doubled this. Alright. Well, that worked. That was weird. Apparently I don't know my Manectric calcs that well. I played way too scared of that thing. Okay. Low punny admirer. No, dude. No. 9. Okay. Now what? That Prim does way more damage than it has any right to. Scizor would have been really good there. Manectric wasn't. Feel like they play a Scizor angle here. I mean, like, Scizor is like a weird mon, right? Like, they don't have Swords Dance, so Incin and Trapping is going to be really annoying for it to deal with. But at least it can do damage and, like, check the Ninetales and kind of cover the Garchomp a little bit. I think I can just do the same thing, though, to be totally honest. Like, I thought about swapping my leads around a little bit, but I think it's reasonably likely that they drop the Manectric entirely. Huh. Okay. So, I'm kind of expecting them to Swords Dance the Garchomp here. That's my thought. My expectation here is Snarl Swords Dance. Cool. Ooh. Ah. Well, that's not good. This is a weird matchup, I can't lie. Manectric is super annoying. Like, it's not good, but it is annoying. They brought Scizor? What? Okay. Sure. Okay, sure, fair enough. They're playing this game pretty well. I, like, basically lost this on turn 1, but we're gonna see if we can make a comeback like in the last game. They're playing it well. The team is just, it has a Manectric, right? Like, okay. I feel like Garchomp would have been a better bring there, but that's fine. I think the only way that I can really get out of this is with a double protect on the Ninetales, so we're gonna go for that. Like, I can't really get away with... Like, yeah, if I swap in my Sneasler, I'm just gonna take too much damage. Ooh, we get it. Very nice, very nice. So we get the Scizor. We trade Incin for Scizor here. Or not? Why would you target the Incin? Huh? I mean, I guess I die now. That's... Did they hard read me double protecting? That's so weird. Well, I lose now. Okay, fair enough. I don't want to show my last mon. Alright. This matchup is weird, and I need to make some plays, so we're going to do that here. Same leads? Okay. Alright, I'm hard reading their Garchomp to switch out here. Nice! I'm hard reading Snarl. Yes! Okay, I might have just won the game. Let's go. Sorry if that was really loud. If they click Snarl, I won the game. Show me Snarl. Yes! Oh, yeah, baby! Check this out. Okay, we got that. Perish Song on the swap. And no Volt Switch, baby! Alright. Eat the Bullet Punch, super easy. Barely an inconvenience. What's the angle here? Do I want to swap the Gengar now? Or do I want to fake out, do something, and then do it? We know that there's a Garchomp in the back, so I definitely want to maintain my Ninetales. I probably don't really need my Sneasler that much. I parting shot it off my own Sneasler just in case they double protected. Because if I swap out Gengar and they double protect, then they can double switch the next turn. So this just guarantees that I maintain the lock. Because now Gengar comes back in, we've got one more turn of Perish, and then I just double protect and they both die. However, I don't have to do that because the Scizor is -1. The Manectric is locked into Snarl, so they're not actually threatening any damage on my Incineroar. So what I can do here is I can swap the Incineroar on the Sneasler side, protect the Gengar, and then I'll have Fake Out on board next turn to set up the second Perish, and then I win the game. This is kind of what I meant when I said I won the game on turn 1. By locking them into Snarl, they had literally no way they could win. Because they're just not threatening any damage on the Incin. Bye-bye Manectric. Bye-bye Scizor. What's the last mon? Probably Prim. In which case, my Gengar is not threatened. So I'll fake out the Garchomp and click Perish. Okay, it looks like a crit will get them there. And that's game. Instant living makes this even better. Now I just go protect, protect, then I die, bring in the other mons, protect, protect, they perish, GG. Alright, got him. 1-0, 1-0? 1-0? Rowan Hall, round 2 of Spear Pillar goes crazy, dog. Alright, we got Frostlass, D-Knight, non-Mega D-Knight, Milo, Sash Bask, Low Kick Gambit, Herb Sneasler. Let's try this. Rowan says he hates this matchup, and I do understand, but, like, this does look a little awkward to me. Okay, round 2. I'm playing against Rowan Hall, very, very strong player. The idea here is that Shadow Ball should threaten a KO on the Frostlass unless it's turbo bulky, but if it is turbo bulky, that gives me good information. Nice. That's a pretty good turn one, I think it's fair to say. The Jambit comes out now. I'm gonna make an interesting assessment here. I'm going to assume that my Ensign lives a close combat. It should. It's not impossible for it to kill, but most Sneaslers will not KO my Ensign. Cool. Nice. All right, min speed Ensign coming in clutch here. Okay. So now we go 3-3-3. Let's see. Protect gets me to 2. Swap in Ensign, fake out, protect, GG. Okay, cool. So I think that works. So now what we can do. It's the last Mon. Bask, probably. Gotta be a little careful about that. Does have Jet as well. So what I get to do here is I get to bring in Incineroar for Fake Out, but if they kill Incineroar, I get to bring back in my Sneasler, so I still have Fake Out. I basically guarantee that I have Fake Out next to Gengar next turn, but with the -2 on the Sneasler, they do... Oh my god, okay. Okay, cool. I was gonna say, if they don't double the Ensign, I'm actually fucked here. That sleep would have cooked me if they didn't kill my Ensign. No, this is better, I think. Just in case it's D-Knight in the back. Oh, GG. Yeah, this matchup is pretty bad for him since his Frostlass is not built to survive Gengar Shadow Ball. I don't think it's correct for them to do that, by the way. Like, I think you invest way too much in one matchup that's not that common, so it is better for Frostlass to not live that hit overall. But it makes this individual match a lot more difficult for Rowan. Milo Sneasler? Huh? Why? Huh? I guess he really wanted to catch my Instant lead again, but like, I kind of thought that the Gambit was gonna lead, so I wasn't gonna lead Instant again. So I'm just double protecting here because they don't have a setup move on the Milo, so there really isn't any punish to me doing this. I just want to get rid of the Fake Out. And then the Sneasler is a White Herb, so like there's a very, very, very high likelihood that my Ninetales is faster than Sneasler. So what I can do here is I can just trap them in and start Encore disabling stuff. Alright, Dire Claw. Do I want to Encore Dire Claw? That's a little weird. I could disable Dire Claw. It's also a little weird, honestly. Could lock in Icy Wind. Like, forcing them to lock in Icy Wind would be interesting. Because I feel like clicking Dire Claw here is a little risky because it's the most telegraphed disable of all time. So I think he clicks CC. Yeah, okay. Still a bit of an awkward board state, but my Milotic is not threatening a lot of damage because it's locked into Icy Wind. Okay, 20 to Gengar is more than I would have liked. I was hoping it would be a little less. But now we get 3/3/3, protect for 2/2/2. If I had Ensign, this would be super, super good, because now I could just bring in Ensign and the Milotic is locked into Icy Wind, but I don't have Ensign, so it's a little awkward. The Unburden, or the Sneasler does have Unburden now as well, so their Sneasler will be faster than mine. It's like, that's a whole thing. But the Sneasler is not really threatening any damage into the Gengar, it just doesn't. So this is a classic turn where we're just going to double protect the Gengar because, like, I'm not... Like, I can't do anything. Like, damage is not going to accomplish anything here. But I also want to keep my Perish intact for one more turn, so we're just going to rip a second protect on the Gengar. If I get it, awesome. If I don't, not the end of the world. So we're going to bring in our Sneasler here, which is not going to die. Like, there's nothing threatening a kill here. I missed the protect. Not a big deal. Dire Claw goes in. That's more than I would have liked. Another Dire Claw sleep is actually really quite bad. Missed the Gengar. Okay. Just saving a little bit of HP there, but yeah, that really sucks. That really, really, really sucks. Alright, yeah, because the Encore is done now. So, like, oh, man. That's really annoying. This would have been really clean if I didn't get Dire Claw slept. I think I'm still in a perfectly fine position, but, like, I'm expecting Dire Claw into the Gengar because he knows that I have Ninetales. Wow, he actually ripped that. That's fair enough. I mean, it's a good play. I'm a little surprised he assumed that I had Gambit there. I mean, I guess he has Bass, so fair enough. Well, no, I guess because they have Scald now as well, they can guarantee the kill on Ninetales switching back in. No, that's a good play. It's a really good play by Rowan. All right, we trade 1 for 2 here. But yeah, it would have been a lot nicer if I could have faked out the Sneasler there. If I get a 2-turn sleep, this is actually really awkward now, depending on what he has in the back. Okay, it is just Frostlass. So it's a little bit of a 50-50 now on, like, he could protect Aqua, or he could protect Last Respects, or he could Veil reading my Protect. Yeah, he got it. I probably lose now. Dire Claw. Wow. That's a really hard read, and I don't think that was the right play. Because now I bring my Ninetales back in, and I can disable Last Respects. Yeah, I don't think that was correct. I might still be able to get out of this now. I also have Encore pressure on the Frostlass. Okay. Like, Liquidation is a concerning move here. I guess the play is, like, they can go Shadow Ball Last Respect, and I can't really stop it. I guess that's the angle he's playing. Do I have to go for the double protect here? I might. Yeah, I need to go disable here for double protect and then disable the Frostlass. That's the way we get out of this. Nope, GG. Yeah, we just kind of lost a Dire Claw sleep there. It happens. I mean, this just looks to me like he's fishing for a Dire Claw proc. Like, I don't really know what else he can do here. Gambit. Okay. Fair enough. I should have doubled the Sneasler here. If I doubled the Sneasler, I would have won. Because I'm faster. He CCs me now, huh? Okay, actually that looks like it would have lived. Okay! Vengeance? The Regma experience, baby! Okay, this is still really awkward. It's a 50-50 on Thaw, so this is like, actually... Well, I mean, CC... Okay, hold on, this is still really awkward because it is 50-50. I don't want to gamble too hard here. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, dude. Alright. My King Gambit is slower than their King Gambit. Oh, man, he's forfeiting. Fair enough. Well, we got there. We have Rosalie Berry, Screen, Squash, Sableye, Arch, Sash Pelly, Starmie, 3 attacks, Ice Spinner, not Zen Headbutt, which is good for me. No Protect, Coaching, Fake Out, White Herb, Sneasler, Venusaur, Sableye. That is extremely fine. I'm super okay with that. Honestly, there's not that much to say about this board state. I don't think leading Gengar was a very good... Or I don't think leading Venusaur was a very good idea. I'm just going to perish the Venusaur, and it's never going to move. Or it's never going to attack Gengar. Obviously, the Sableye can't be trapped in as a Ghost type. Oh, I'm actually a little surprised that they switched it out this early. I was kind of expecting them to set up the second screen and then switch it out. This is a little annoying. Okay, that is actually a little annoying. Oh, Boo Womp. That was a lot of damage. Interesting. So he effectively perished both. That Sludge Bomb poison was pretty nice. So they set up Tailwind. What's in the back? It's gotta be Arch, right? Arch and then it's Rain Dance, yeah. That makes sense. It's kind of an annoying endgame, actually. Oh, I should have called that. I was tempted to click Disable into the Arch, but I didn't. This does stall out turn of Tailwind, turn 2 of Tailwind. Okay. Tailwind gone. They can click Quash Flash Cannon here. Or they could click Rain Dance Electroshot. But I have Encore Pressure. So I think this is always Quash Flash Cannon. Cool. -1. We have 12 minutes left in the game. I'm going to start playing to a timer win condition. I probably don't need it, but it's good to have. I'm just going to start slow playing. I'm not going to start stalling fully, but like, I'm going to start utilizing some of this your time. The last move they used was Flash Cannon, so clicking Encore is not great because then Flash Cannon. Disable's not great because they're going to click Electroshot here. I don't think I need Gengar anymore. But I think I want to maintain takeout pressure on board, huh? They are -1 right now. So I'll take the Electroshot if they go for it into Instant. Nice. They do have the option to play like Sneasel or Starmie, but I don't know how effective that actually is. Because I'm pretty sure Gengar just one-taps the Starmie. Alright, so we do actually get a Starmie lead here. Alright, so I'm basically trying to use the Perish here to signal that I'm making a really passive play. And it worked. We got him. Basically, I wanted him to think this was Protect Incin, when in reality it is your Starmie is dead. So, like, you might look at this board state and think, oh, well, you don't have any... The only things that are perished are your own Mons. Like, how is that beneficial? But I basically was able to use the Perish to force the Sableye out so he doesn't quash me, so I can double the Starmie and kill the Starmie. So, you get a lot of value out of Perish, even if you're not actually trapping the Mons in until they die. Oh! Unfortunate. Boo-womp! Okay, so we are going to get electroshotted on something here. I'm just going to do this. This might actually not be correct. It might have been better for me to just double attack here. Nah, we got him. My thought process here is my Sneasler is perished anyway. It's going to die anyway. I also thought that the Pelipper was going to be faster than the Sneasler. So my idea, or that the Peli was going to be faster than the Arch. So the idea was, if the Peli is faster than the Arch, Hurricane will proc my Focus Sash, and then I'm going to get Unburden, and then I'm going to kill the Archaludon. So the idea there was, if they double me, I still kill them and it doesn't matter. And if they don't double me, I have Sash and I kill them. So either way, we get rid of the Arch now. It's just Sableye Pelipper left. There's no way for him to get through Gengar here. I'm just gonna click Perish Song. It's Pelipper in snow. GG. Good set. Oh, there's no setup move on the Kuma. Oh, it's Choice Scarf Kuma. Whoa. Okay. I think that helps me, actually. Good lead. I'm kind of expecting them to bench Scoville in here. Huh. That was nice. Well, that was really nice. Okay. Sure. Yeah, -1 T-Tar, -2 Exca. Still. Oh, yeah. I don't know why I didn't plan for this. Yeah, no, I threw. This was really stupid. I lose now. I don't know. I don't know why I just, like, blanked on the T-Tar having Mega... Oh, wait, we get the miss? Okay. Do I live -1 crunch? Probably not, right? Hit the Exca? Oh, that's annoying. Freeze the T-Tar? That'd be really funny. Yeah, I died to the sand. That was just really stupid. I don't know why I did that. I just lose now. This matchup is quite rough. But that was a really bad play. I had a really good board state, and I just threw it away for no reason. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really have much of a matchup here. The Choice Scarf Kuma makes this really difficult. I'm a little bit surprised you didn't bring it. They were expecting me to try to Encore the Protect there. So we bring Exca to -2 here. I'm going to be able to bring in Hero Form Palafin, which is really nice. This threatens a lot into the T-Tar. Like, really threatens the T-Tar. I'm expecting them to switch T-Tar out into Rotom here. Yeah, okay. Corviknight, okay. It's fine. Okay. I've got Fake Out Pressure on board here with the Incin. Pretty good damage. Alright, so we get the Corviknight here. Palafin is kind of crazy, I can't lie. That's a Mega T-Tar, dude. Okay, I'm surprised they didn't just kill this. Alright, the burn does kill the Palafin here. That's game. Alright, so we got game 2. See, here's the problem. Palafin is not good into Villain or Como. I was able to do that one game expecting them to just run back what worked in game 1, but now we have a hard time figuring out what to do. I could run it back. Okay, interesting. I did kind of expect this, but I wanted to see if he'd let me do it. Palafin's faster than Rotom. That's kind of interesting. Oh, that's actually really interesting. I didn't clock that last game. Okay. More than I would have liked to the Palafin, but I think this is still a pretty okay trade. I do kind of wish that had missed. Uh-oh, that's pretty good for me, huh? Okay. What's the last mon? That's the question right now. Corviknight? Okay, I'm okay with that. Pretty good damage. Alright, we got the Sand Bros off the board. They're both in Jet Punch range, potentially. Well, no, the T-Tar's full HP. But, okay, this is an interesting board state now. Neither of these are particularly adept at dealing with Gengar. Alright, not quite what I wanted to see here. But I do have the trap active. Okay. Well, that's not great. It's not the worst thing in the world, because it does definitely make him dead to Flare Blitz here. That crit is definitely not ideal, but potentially manageable. It is actually pretty bad. I don't really have a great way to kill Rotom now. Hydro Pump is probably a roll based on how bulky the Rotom is. Worth considering. Okay, good turn. Okay, I think we got him. This is still a little awkward. I guess the question is whether or not Hydro Pump plus Wave Crash recoil kills me. That's the question. Well... Perfect. Perfect! Let's go! I'm expecting Wisp into my Incineroar now. Could be Hydro Pump, which would be less ideal. But I think it's Wisp. Based on the way they played Game 1, I think it's Wisp. Let's go! Now I Encore Wisp. Fake out T-Tar, Encore Wisp. Disable... Yeah, no, I think Palafin can endgame this. I should live this. I can disable Rock Slide on the T-Tar now, and it doesn't have low kick. It has Ice Punch and Crunch. Alright, I automatically won if he protected T-Tar, but Crunch into... So Recoil into Crunch into Sand Chip is a roll. GG. He crit me again. 2 crits to lose that match. I should have won that, man. That's a borderline unwinnable matchup, and I played it so well. Alright, Floette with Calm Mind, Incin, Cinny, Sneasler, Arrow, Taunt Arrow, Scarf Bask. Icy Wind on the Scarf Bask. Huh, no flip turn. No flip turn! Alright. Floette Arrow, huh? Okay. Alright. They're probably taunting my Gengar, so we're playing a speed tie here. Nice. Alright, they didn't use taunt anyway. Works for me. So the Floette's only attacking moves are Draining Kiss and Dazzling Gleam, which are both not particularly scary. And the Aerodactyl only has Rock Slide, and it's -1. So I'm in a very good position here. So if I flinch here, I'm going to be a little bit sad. I'm actually a little bit sad that that didn't give me Citrus. That was a low roll. I might die. Yeah, if I had Citrus, I would have lived there. That low roll kind of fucked me. It's not a big deal. I'll just bring in Sneasler and click Fake Out, but that's not ideal. It would have been a lot nicer if I had actually gotten... But yeah, we get -1 Rock Slide into... So there's no dual Wing Beat on the Aerodactyl. That's why I'm, like, not really all that concerned. If there was dual Wing Beat on the Aerodactyl, this would have been a really bad board state. But there's not, so I'm just going to do this. I don't really know why we did that. I have my Sash still. Okay, it is Cine last, but it's only Machi-Gacha. They don't have Rage Powder, so they don't actually have a way to hit my Gengar, really. Like, Machi-Gacha is resisted, Dire Claw is double resisted, Close Combat is immunity. So I should just be fine to just, like, come in and click buttons. Yeah, I thought it was more likely that he would go into the Palafin slot. That's interesting, but, like... as long as he doesn't Machi-Gacha burn me, I do just win, right? Like, I could just click this. And we confirm Careful Cine, which is pretty standard, but it's nice to know for sure. Weird lead. Arrow Floette was a very weird lead. I don't think they're gonna do it again. Why? What? Why? Okay. Oh, he wins the speed tie this game. All right. He actually went for the speed tie. I don't even think that's bad. Is it? I don't think that's that bad. Like, I mean, it is bad, but it's not like I would have preferred for him to not win the speed tie. But, like, this board state is fine. Like, you don't really need to prevent Perish if you're switching in your Basque. So, like, the taunt there is a little weird. But he's -1. I should take this. Yeah, so I just kill the Basque here. Super fine. He also let me break Sash on the arrow, so that's just dead to Jet Punch now. And now we're playing another speed tie. Like, he's forcing himself into another speed tie. If I do lose this speed tie, I'll be a little bit sad. But it isn't the end of the world. This could be Protect on Floette, though. The safer play here is Protect Tailwind. But they could just go Tailwind Dazzling Gleam, in which case, if they lose the speed tie, the game is over. They lost. Yeah, cool. Nice. Boo-womp! Oh, they gambled anyway. Huh. Yeah, this was a weird... That is not the most pleasant speed tie, they say. Yeah, but you clicked Rock Slide. Like... It doesn't matter that it was a speed tie. You didn't click Tailwind. Ah, we get the flinch on the Ensign. That's a little annoying. This game was really weird because they, like, opted into the speed tie twice, but in neither turn did they make the play that gives them an advantageous board state if they win the speed tie. So, like, I don't really know what the plan was here. Like, Taunt on the Perish is a good gamble if you're leaving in the Floette, right? Because then the Floette can, like, get a Calm Mind up, and then you Tailwind Calm Mind again. Like, you can do a bunch of stuff. But, like, if you're switching in the Basque on the Taunt, like, if you have Basque on board and I clicked Perish, you don't really care that I clicked Perish. So if you don't really care that I clicked Perish, why do you care about preventing Perish? Does that make sense? I'm gonna let the Gengar go down here. So now this is fake out. They just protect the Aerodactyl here, but it's fine. I force them to go through the protect, then their way out of this is like double protect, Dire Claw, sleep, and that still doesn't guarantee them the win. Oh, they're just letting me do it. Okay, well, GG. Yeah, that was a weird game. We are playing against Aerodactyl, Basculegion, King Gambit, Floette, Chandelure, Black Belt, Conkeldurr. This is pretty cool, actually. Double Ghost is kind of annoying. It's Mega Arrow, which is also kind of annoying. It's Ironhead King Gambit, which is also kind of annoying. But it's no Calm Mind Floette, which is good for me. Mach Punch, Thunder Punch, Drain Punch, Conk. Can't really do anything to Gengar. Sash Shandy. Mystic Water Basque. I feel like this is a really weird matchup, but I think there's no redirection, so like I feel like this kind of does work. No low kick on the Gambit is good for my Gambit. I'll try this. I think. Yeah, let's lock it. Alright. Let's see how this goes. This is a really cool team. I do think Sash Shandy is a thing that is real, and people are sleeping on it a little bit. Okay. No Mega on the arrow. Probably means there's Floette in the back. I'm really happy with this board state as long as I don't flinch here. No! Well, that's probably game. That's the Regma experience, baby. Oh, man. This is why I don't think that Parrish is like one of the absolute best archetypes right now. It's just very, very weak to getting flinched on that one turn. No protect on the Eternal Floette. Don't know why I clarified Eternal Floette. Alright. Interesting. Probably just Thunder Punch into the Gengar. Okay. It is Iron Fist, but it's going to be -2 when I switch in the Ensign. At -2, that kills? What? What? He's max attack, which is not surprising, but that was also a really high roll. It's a 6 out of 16 for that to kill. That's really annoying. No, Mach Punch is crazy. I think I win. I think my King Gambit endgames this, because they don't have low kick. They do have Choppleberry, but I think I still win this. Oh, wait! Yeah, we got it. My Gambit is slower than theirs because their Gambit was faster than my Ensign. Oh, okay. Yeah, he can't break it. Okay, that's actually very clever. Dude, he crit me twice. Dude, that might actually get him over the line. I could have protected. Missed the Gambit. Oh my god, dude. He doesn't have a KO on me here, but a flinch would be a really, really annoying. Okay. I thought he was going to double the Gengar there. No, this is a good play. He wants to kill my my Gambit here, and then he's slower, so he would win on Perish. But Aerodactyl is dead to this double up, so he can't stop me. Jesus Christ. Whew. So, they did lead Gambit Arrow. I mean, honestly, like, that line is super clean. If they don't flinch my Ensign, they lose the game, so they can't do it again. I think I can just do it again. Interesting lead. I don't hate it. I got it wrong. That's fine, though. This is a pretty telegraphed play. They could call this out if they want. And then I do just lose. Is that another crit? Bro, can you fucking stop? Okay, that's pretty good. I mean, I don't know if that's good, because, like, obviously I'm dead to Heat Wave. Probably should have parting shot it off the Shandy. I'm in a very bad position. I should just lose the game here, to be totally honest. Wait, what? Wait, what? What? Why? Huh? Huh? I mean, that's not great for me, but, like, it's not the worst. Hi, Nerd Out. How's it going? I am Joko's friend, Pengy. How are you doing today? Nice to meet you. You are also Joko's friend that I have heard lots about. Wow, what a terrible friend. Alright, I should have just gone for the attack here. But, like... I, again, should still be in a losing position here. Like, I really should still be in a losing position. This should be Protect Heat Wave. And then I lose. Yeah. Miss Heat Wave? No. I guess I could have, like, instant Shadow Ball, Fake Out, Swap. Nah, I mean, it's like, I was very dead turn 1. This was just a very, very bad situation to find myself in. It's going pretty well. I'm up 1-0 in this set, so we're going to go to game 3 soon. This matchup is weird. I'm still very dead. It is not impossible for my opponent to throw, though. GG. Alright, I basically lost that on turn 1. Okay. Where do we go now? Okay, I know. Got it. I know what we're doing. Part-time employed. I mean, hey, that's pretty good for a neat like Emolga. I was looking at Salazzle yesterday. That's how down bad I am. Interesting. It's kind of a weird lead, honestly. Hard withdraw, okay. Conkeldurr. Okay. Pretty okay with this. We're gonna go with this. Yes, I am aware of Defiant Kingambit. This conk is really annoying. I cannot lie. Alright, it's probably game. Bask. Okay, it's arrow. Okay. Less probably game, but still not very good. We break Sash here, that's good. Oh, it's Aerodactylite. Okay, so that doesn't do anything. Well, I mean, it puts Mega Aerodactyl in range. Which one is this hitting? It's hitting the Ensign. Okay, that's fine. Nice! Huge! I'm pretty sure I lived that anyway with the Citrus recovery. But still very nice. This is now a -2 Conkeldurr. We're gonna bring in Palafin here. Very nice. This is gonna look a little weird. Oh? Okay, this should work. Nice. Huge. Huge. Huh, stressful, stressful. Now with that gone, he can't really hit my Kingambit anymore. There's no low kick on his Kingambit, so that should put me in the driver's seat. It's not quite game, but Aerodactyl is dead to Jet Punch. Drop the A-Tails for Slurpuff and we're cooking. Alright, I thought they were... I'm covering for the... Oh, why? Wait, what? I was just covering a Basculegion switch in with the double up there. That was weird. Why did that happen? They do have the broken move on the Broken Mon, so, like, that is something that we do need to respect. Start from Bask. Basculegion is so stupid. Can we appreciate that I just, like, I'm so far ahead, and I still have to think really hard about every single turn because they just have a Basculegion. Yeah, it is even worse, because this thing is faster than my Mons and not Scarfed, yeah. So I'm covering for them clicking Jet here. Okay, this is... So I basically wanted to cover all the options. I Intimidate the Bask so that it can't click Jet. Or so that it can't kill me with, Wave Crash. And I click Kowtow so that I don't miss if they click Jet. This basically covers all the options. And then from here, the game is over. If there's one thing Gambit cannot do, it is 1v4 a team. This is not singles. But it doesn't feel great. That was a set of Pokemon. I'm pretty happy with how I played that game. Woo! 5-1. One more for day 2, baby. Rotom Wash with Volt Switch, which is a little annoying. Sash Ninetales with Encore. We've got Disable Gengar with Dual Stab. Colbur Berry, Aegislash. There's a lot of pivoting on this team. This matchup is probably not the best for me. 4 of the Mons are able to switch out of my Gengar's Shadow Tag, which is not awesome. Okay. Spider-Man meme. Now, if they are using the MDB spreads on the MDB team, I am faster. And that kind of wins me the game. Off rip. They're not protecting. I am faster. And their Gengar is dead. This is why I don't like slow, bulky Gengar. I should be faster. It is possible that we're speed-tied, but I should be faster. This is a really popular pace. It's just like MDB's team. And MDB is not running max speed Gengar on his team. Wow, okay, just straight EQing himself. Oh, okay, parting shot. I thought he was gonna throat chop my Incin to stop me from parting shotting his Garchomp, but that's fair enough. -1. I mean, what's the last Mon? It has to be Rotom, right? You don't log EQ unless it's Rotom. Why is he taking so long? Is it not Rotom? Oh my god, it's Aegislash! Oh no! Oh, they're killing themselves! Oh, brother! Wait, I mean, they are -1. They probably live. But, like, bro, getting rid of shield form before EQing yourself is a choice. Oh, dude. Shadow Sneak doesn't even do anything there. He went into the Ninetales. Why would you do that? Yummy. I didn't really want that to happen, but, like, it doesn't really make a difference. Yeah, the freeze doesn't matter. I just sucker this. And in complete fairness to my opponent, they were just dead on turn 1. Like, there wasn't really that much they could have done here. Why do they lead Gengar again? That's a weird choice. Are they just gonna let me do it again? Okay, no, they're not. Yes, you can, Phoenix. Yeah, I figured it was probably Incin, but I wanted to play this. I'm up a game, so I kind of want to see if I can just play super duper safe and telegraphed and win the game. I don't think that was the play for them. I don't really know how they stop this. All right. We get the chomp here. I have Fake Out on board. This is probably what? Gengar Incin, and then they get Fake Out and are faster? That's a little annoying. Fair enough. Yeah, okay, that's a little annoying. Oh, they brought in Rotom. Why? Wait, what? They actually had a really clean Incin Fake Out Sludge Bomb here. I don't know why they didn't take it. That's questionable. Really, really weird that they just didn't do that. Huh. I'm hoping that I live Sludge Bomb. Ah. I didn't expect to, but it would have been nice. Works for me. Oh, I see what you're saying. Alright, so this is a bit of an interesting board state where they have Incin back that they can swap in on the Gengar side. I threaten a KO onto the Gengar here very easily. Alright, so they get it right, but by intimidating me and wisping me, I'm still basically at, like, I'm not quite at neutral, but I'm still pretty strong. So this way I get to cover for both options. And if I, like, dodge Wisp or whatever, then we're really cooking. Oh, he just clicked Hydro Pump. Oh, okay, well, that's not gonna do... That wasn't it. GG. This should get there. Ooh, that did less than I would have liked. Okay, we're good. Yeah, this is always safe. I can just keep spamming Shadow Ball. By clicking Sucker Punch, I force him to not hit me. And then now I can just repeat. Or, like, not repeat, but, like, I'll click Kowtow into the Rotom now. Ooh, womp. And we're in day 2, baby. Nice, GG. Yeah, the faster Gengar makes that really favorable for me. And that's it. We're in day... Well, that's not it. There's one more round. But we are in day 2 now. We're in Top Cut. If I win the next round, I will probably get a bye, I think. So I'll do my best. Joao is really good. But this matchup is really, 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 really bad for him. Legitimately, I don't really know what he does. I have, like, an idea of something he could do, but it's not consistent or reliable. Okay, this is kind of what I was well, no, this isn't, actually. Alright. I feel pretty okay here. I don't really know if there's a way for him to stop the line. That's it. Just trying to cover the parting shot there. It's a bit of a weird turn because my Sneasler was taunted on switch in, so I can't protect it. I would have preferred to be able to protect Sneasler. Oh, that wasn't it. That is the wrong target, I believe. At least, such is my opinion. That's a good play. Okay, that did a little bit. Okay, that's annoying. Doesn't really matter, like, the Heat Wave should just kill me. Okay, this is still actually kind of weird. The Vivillon is the most annoying Pokemon on this team. As long as I remove the Vivillon, Perish works. That's fine. So now we go 2-2-2. I can go Shadow Ball Dire Claw here, which forces them to to Psychic my Gengar. If they don't Psychic the Gengar, they die. And if they do Psychic the Gengar, then I just protect my Sneasler next turn and we win with Perish. Loki, really close game. That was a lot scarier than I thought it was going to be. Get confirmation on the Timid Delphox. Oh, this was a misplay! If I paralyze, I lose. I needed to click CC, bro. I'm so fucking stupid. I'm so fucking dumb. Well, that's frustrating. Snatching defeat from the jaws of victory for literally no reason. Since we were perished, the slower Pokemon... So the Pokemon, when afflicted by Perish Song, they die in speed order. So the position I set up was that my Sneasler was slower than the Delphox, so I die second and I win. But my Dire Claw got the 10% Paralyze roll, paralyzing the Delphox and making it slower, so I lost. But I did not need to click Dire Claw. There was no reason for me to do that. Dude, why would... If I just let Instant again, I just win on the spot. I don't know why I didn't. I'm just very dumb and stupid. I am so dumb and stupid. Nah, if you fuck up and you get hacks because of it, you're not allowed to complain about it. That's my philosophy. If you make a mistake and it leads to you getting hacks, that's your fault. I eat an EQ here, I lose Gengar, and I go to Sash. If I just let Instant, I would have won, like, for free. I don't know. Oh, Gengar lives? Is that better or worse? I'm actually not convinced that's better. Okay, I think we win. $75? Okay. I don't really equate them. I think, like, there are good players playing in this tournament. Like, cups are also, like, there's a lot of different cups, right? Like, if I go to a cup, I don't know, like it's still locals. Like, it's just a very different feel. I don't really equate different types of tournaments, to be honest. Like, this is just a Big Limitless tour, right? It's like, Big Limitless tour is cool, but it's not the same as, like, I don't think there's really an analog for it on the circuit. I would say, like, something like this is probably, like, outside of really hyper-specific situations, it's, like, harder than a cup. But, like, it depends also on, like, there are certain tri-state cups that get, like, 70 people that are definitely harder. Okay. After hacking myself in game 1... we go to game 3. How do I win? This is not as good as I thought, but it still feels pretty good. Do they run back VV Chomp? I feel like probably not, right? Like, I'm having trouble seeing what my opponent's going to do. So instead of trying to counter that, we're just going to play Mons. Because, like, if I'm them, Mouse Gambit had no reason to win. Like, it did very little. But then, like, VV Chomp lost and also could have been countered way harder. So, like, what? But I don't really see that many other options. VV Gambit, maybe? They lead VV Chomp again. Okay. I could have countered this harder, but this is still a better board state than last game. So this is a really telegraphed protect parting shot from me. So I'm not going to do that. And it works. Nice. This is the worst part of this matchup for me, and I'm able to just get rid of it turn 1. I am going to eat an Earthquake and take quite a lot of damage, but I think it is worth it to get rid of the Vivian. That was almost certainly clicking Sleep Powder into my Ensign. That puts it in range for Blizzard. So we're going to sack the Gengar here. But Friend Guard can't stop Blizzard from killing the Garchomp from this HP. Also, we get damage on the mouse hold with EQ, which is nice. Obviously, they could switch, but I'm pretty happy with this position. Bring in Ninetales. Ooh, that's not good. That's a protect on the Garchomp. I think that's okay. I thought he was going to taunt me, but he didn't. So what I'm trying to do here is prevent him from having a one-hit KO on my Ninetales, which works. Like that does that. Oh man, there's so many turns where I could have just hard swapped. Okay, there's no sub though. That's good. Oh, I think I lose. I played this out really, like, not super bad, but not great. Okay. Maybe not. In a perfect world, Ensign would die to recoil here, but I don't think it does. I see a win con, but it's not a very good one. Nope. Didn't let me do it. Alright, Heat Wave Miss is always still an option. It's crit on the Ninetales. That puts me in range for next turn because Snow is ending. That's pretty bad too. I need to hit a Blizzard out of Snow, potentially. I don't really know how I get there. No, I think he wins. Yeah, my fault for hacking myself out of game 1. All right, I need a Heat Wave double miss to win here. And also, Blizzard needs to double connect. So we're looking at about 0.5%. Nope, too deep. He played it really well. I didn't. Is what it is. We still made cut.
Alrighty, round number 1 sees us pitted against Charizard Y, Mega Sneasler.
Please no. Charizard-wise, Sneasler, Wims, Prim, Gambit, Gorchamp. I'm, like, feeling very out of it this morning, so this might be a short stream. We'll see. I'm gonna try something here. I don't know if this is a good idea. This matchup looks pretty difficult, actually. I'm expecting Zard Sneasler lead. Okay. Okay. Max speed White Herb Sneasler? What the fuck? That's very bad. Why are you max speed, bro? That's really annoying. That's really bad. Man. Lose the speed tie, get the Dire Claw proc. Okay, bro. Okay. I don't know why he did that. Did my guy think he was living Jet Punch with his No Bulk Sneasler? This is why you don't run No Bulk Sneasler on White Herb, by the way. SD. No SD? Okay. SD would have been a really good play there. Palafin moment, baby. Yeah, I don't know why he just let me kill both of his Mons on that one turn. That was really weird. We take those. I really don't like this matchup. This is really hard. The no bulk on the Sneasler is really annoying if I lose the fake out speed tie, but otherwise, like, the fact that I could just, like, pick it off with Jet Punch off after any chip is really, really good for me. Sneasler. This is what I was expecting in game one, so I just ran back my lead. Like, if I lose the speed tie, like, I think I just lose the game on the spot. But I just kind of have to go for it. This matchup is so miserable. GG. Yeah, man, okay, dude. Nope, GG. Yeah, I was trying to call a Gambit switch in here. It's the only way I win. Well, they protected. They're probably Dire Clawing here. I could have just done it again, dude. Dude, again? How? This guy is so lucky. It's blowing my mind how lucky this guy is. When he doesn't need it. He doesn't need it. This matchup is, like, really favorable for him. Just gambling for no reason and getting it. And I don't have another option. Like, the matchup is really bad for me. I just have to play the turn 1 50-50. What? Okay. Why would you do this? Okay, sure. When I said don't play the 50-50, I didn't mean lead Zard wins. Yeah, okay, I lose my Sash here. Okay, this is actually kind of annoying now. Yeah, no, that was pretty good. Okay, this is what I was expecting. Obviously, my Sneasler dies here. We break Sash on whims. Turn 1 of Tailwind. Double? Oh. Okay, it's fine. It's a little annoying, but it's fine. More to Palafin than I would have liked. I think I probably just lose here. Yeah, it's too much damage. I don't live Heat Wave. Miss Pala! Let's go! Yes! I don't know if that wins me the game or not, but that definitely helps. Alright, Zard is down. The Heat Wave did more to Gengar than I thought it was going to, which is not great. One more turn of Tailwind. I think I still just lose, guys. I can't lie. I don't know what Mon in the back I can beat. I should just be dead. We got the moral victory. Yeah, I can't win. Gengar just took too much. I think I'm dead to Moonblast here. Yeah, I needed to take a little bit less. Moonblast is a roll, but it's, like, pretty favorable. Yeah, I mean, he has really favorable rolls on both of my Mons here. That's the problem. Min roll on the Dire Claw, and I can win. Oh my god! Attack Gengar! Attack Gengar! Oh! Hold! Oh my god, dude. Got him, baby! Let's go! Oh my god, dude. Holy shit. I cannot believe we got that. All of the luck balanced out there at the end. I need to make that super, super clear. I think that was a min roll from Sneasler. So, like, so we know the Sneasler is max speed Jolly. There's no real reason to do that unless you're also max attack. So, like, if he's max attack, that was the lowest roll possible. If he actually has bulk and he's not max attack, then I probably had a lot of rolls to survive. But I don't really see why you would run max speed if you were going to go bulky, because you don't need the speed. So if you were going to go bulky, you would take out of speed. You know what I mean? So, like, it's not impossible that that was, like, actually a pretty favorable roll for me, but it's very unlikely. I feel like he's almost certainly 32-32. No, this is the guy who, like, we got into an endgame in game 2 when, like, because I can't click Fake Out anymore on Sneasler, I clicked Dire Claw into the Delphox, and then I got a Dire Claw para, which caused him to die to perish after me and lost me the game. I could have just clicked Close Combat. That is my fault, but that was a funny moment yesterday. What? Why? Huh? This is a weird one. The taunt on this mouse hold is the only reason why he has a decent matchup. Wait, what? I'm double protecting, huh? I'm so confused. Could have just used Parting Shot. Didn't need to, though. I'm gonna take a bunch of damage from Super Fang here. Might have been better for me to not protect this Sneasler, to be honest. Like, get a free switch back into Gengar. If I got a free switch back in a Gengar here, I could just go Fake Out Perish. No, because then yeah, okay, no, Fake Out Garchomp Perish, Protect, Sleep, Swap, Parting. Yeah, maybe that works, because it should be Garchomp Vivillon on the back. Alright. Oh, he gets the 50. That's a little annoying. Oh, wait, no. He's one above citrus range. Good. Okay, cool. Got him. GG. Kill my Ensign! Kill my Ensign! Nice. It looks really clean and easy when I pull it off in this matchup, but there's a couple really key turns where things can go off the rails. If I get them wrong. Maybe Delphox is an interesting choice. I like this from him. I'm annoyed, but it's a good play. It's a good lead. Wait, what? Okay, I don't like this. He gets the turn right, but he's gambling here. What he should have done is click Psychic Sleep Powder, because then he always gets something on this turn. I did fake out the Delphox, but this way, if I faked out the Vivillon, he would have just lost the game. So he does get the turn right, but I don't think he made the most optimal play here. That's the wrong Pokemon to Sleep Powder, Joao. What? Bro, come on. Well, that's annoying. This is very simple. Self-hit and I lose. Huh. Thought it would have been better for him if he took the double KO here. Because he's perish trapped. Alright, game deciding moment here. Okay. Because I think it would have been better for him to get a double swap here into Delphox +1. This is a little weird now. I'm leaving Gengar in. I'm trying to read him calling Gengar switching out. I'm trying to call Heat Wave here. Let's go! Ooh, that lives. Alright, dead to fake out, though. Alright, Gengar and Chomp both die here. Oh, should probably put that on screen. Bit of an important moment. Alright, Fake Out kills Delphox here, which forces a protect. I'm gonna keep my Sash intact and go for some chip with the Ninetales. Alright, they go for the double protect here. That's fine. This will allow me to take my sleep turn. It's a little annoying. At this point, it doesn't really matter, especially on a turn where they double protected. That's 3 turns of confusion. I should snap out here. Yeah, that should have just been a protect. I don't know why I didn't protect there. That was really dumb. Probably should have just faked out the mouse if I wanted to go for this play, but this was a nice middle-of-the-road play. He does protect mouse anyway. This does mean that I take my second mandatory sleep turn here. I don't think that mattered. Blitz should do more than half. Does crit Heat Wave kill my Incineroar here? That's the question. That the double crit of neither of them mattering on Mousehold goes crazy. I think Incin lives a crit. Six, 7? Nice, GG's. Top A, baby! Oh, one more for money! No, okay. Poison, poison, poison! Ah! Okay, well, he's dead. So we got the Floette here. Do I live this? No, okay. I'm okay with that trade. We get Floette for Incin. That's a roll, by the way. Even if they're modest max, that's a roll. It's a little annoying. Is what it is, I guess. Alright, I'm in a bad spot here. I'm hoping Tyranitar protects. I'm trying to call a protect on the T-Tar and maintain my sash. Okay, well. What the fuck? Okay. Yeah, I do just lose. What? Why? What? Why? Huh? Stays in. Slide. Yeah, man, I mean, you gave me Unburden. Why would you do that? How much do I do to Whims here, do you think? Probably like, do I do enough that I kill through Citrus in 2 hits? Probably not. I mean, I'd probably still lose this game. Yeah, not quite enough. Freeze on the Whims would go hard. I guess the question is, how much does Incin do to Gengar? Shouldn't matter. It matters a lot if he's killing my Ninetales. I'm trying to call out a double up into the Gengar. That was my goal here. GG, got him. Yeah, they really mismanaged their speed tiers here. I don't really understand the line they played. I think they just, like, I don't know. They should not have expected Incin to be faster than Gengar there. That did more than I would have liked. So now the question is how... Okay, that's why. How much does Struggle do? I was expecting Struggle to 3-hit KO me, but the crit might fuck me there. Oh my god, it's so close. Bro, I do need to hit a Blizzard. I do need to hit one of the Blizzards. Okay. Oh my god, it's a roll. I mean, I can also hit the next Blizzard. Live. The crit kill. The fucking Darkest Lariat crit. That was also a roll, by the way. He did less damage than that last time. Darkest Lariat crit into high roll, baby. Let's go. I got the line perfect and just got punished anyway. That's so stupid. I don't know why they would bring these. I bench Ninetales, so I just lose, but, like, Zard is really bad into me, and I have Ninetales. Like, I am just gonna lose because I benched it, though. Like, I just figured there was no reason that they would ever bring this. I don't know why I brought Palip in here. I just thought, like, of course he would just, like, run back, like, the T-Tar stuff. It's way better into me than this, but, you know. He's not protecting either. Yeah, I mean, like, none of this made any sense, bro. Like, I can't lie. He doesn't have Weather Ball in his Zard, which is why it's really bad. But it doesn't matter. If I had Ninetales, I'd just win on the spot. This was a really frustrating set of Pokemon. I can't lie. Yeah, I just lose. I don't know, man. Like, this is on me, but, like, in top 8 of a 250-person tournament, I expect my opponent to make more, like, logical plays. Like, this made no sense. There's just no reason for them to do this. It's really frustrating losing on a set like this. I mean, I don't really think there was a good reason for me to bring Palafin here. Like, Palafin would have been really good into that specific 4, but, like, Ninetales was fine, too. I should have just stayed on Ninetales. That's one of the reasons I'm really frustrated. Yeah, okay, dude. Looks like that was a 68% roll to kill. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. They misplayed game 1 super hard and then just got bailed out by a series of really good RNG. And then game 2, I just should have brought better mons. Like, anyway. Thanks for hanging out, guys. That's it for today. Fun tournament overall. Pretty happy with that.